Alrighty, it is Tuesday and the first recording of the last week of August. Yesterday, because I have to go back to Monday, we ended up going to do the laundry, which I feel like was a bad idea because we got there a little too late. There was already a ton of people there. And then some of the machines that were broken, like we would load on one machine and then it wouldn't ever fill up with water. And then we ended up wasting like $2.75 on an entire machine. By the time we got back, we only had like $1.50 left over of all the change because of all the broken machines that we used. That was annoying. Okay, but we got the laundry done. I worked on a bunch of the extras, and then I think I scanned them and then I reprinted them out, so I have to line art them for the rest of this week, and specifically aiming to finish the one for chapter 41. And I have 2 images for one of the extras for chapter 42 I have to do either this week or next week. I kind of feel like I should get a head start and do it this week. Worked on pages 3 and 4, I believe that's what they were. I didn't get a chance to work on the script. I should have worked on the script. What else happened? We ended up watching the next episode of Knights and Magic for lunch. I feel like I was just been waiting for this war to happen because you knew that it was going to happen. They kept teasing that a war was going to go down because like by the time that the enemy ended up attacking them, their mechas were exactly like theirs. So yeah, that was bound to happen. The story revolves somewhat about this princess of this other neighboring country and how her father got slaughtered. And I don't know how she was related to these 2 people. I think they were like relatives of hers, like an aunt and a cousin or something like that. These 2 ended up coming over and trying to escape with her, but they all got captured in the end and brought back. She's being forced to marry this prince from this other country. It feels like the most cliche plot you could think of, and she's being a big baby about it. It's just ironic because her father, last thing he said to her was that she grew up to be beautiful and wise like her mother, and it's just like, okay, how is she wise? A wise girl would have just totally like understood what her father's intentions were and just cooperated, but like she was just being too distressed about leaving her father. I know what that feels like, honestly, but like I feel like she should have at least understood that she had to make this commitment and escape. So Ernestine and his friends had to save her, and the thing I thought was weird was when the spy ended up reporting about her, the girls and the prince all empathized with her. They ended up getting all fired up together. I thought that was kind of weird because like this manly man prince and then like the 2 girls on the team. Not that the girls aren't manly or anything, but it just kind of felt really weird. I know they were trying to say that the girls empathized with her because she was female, and he empathized with her because she was royal. So I'm actually kind of excited for this portion of the story. I've been waiting for something interesting like this to happen. I wonder how long the series is going to be for, if it's going to be like 20 episodes or like 12. At the production rate that's going at, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just 12. It's probably going to end soon. I drew the 3 new supporting characters for the sequel together. My first time, 1, drawing an actual like base illustration for them, and 2, it was my first time drawing them backwards because you know all of my artwork I keep reversing it just to make sure it's proportioned, because like I have one eye that's not as strong as the other one, so I can't really tell. Technically it's forcing me to put the same eye in double duty. I just keep drawing it one direction and draw it in the other direction, and I'm a little concerned about one of the male characters, specifically the Japanese character I was telling you about in the last video. He has a very like sloppy hairstyle, and I am concerned about how it's going to look as I'm drawing it. Okay, so after Monica passed me off the pages, she started working on London, so London is completely colored in. I just need to start detailing her. I don't know when I'm going to have time to, because like I'm probably going to have to do her over the weekend if I can't get some time, because like I have 2 things I'm worried about, which is editing all the audio and then working on the next extra, and that's my major priorities. Oh yeah, and the grand finale script. Sorry, I need to save things to listen to, because like if I don't have a lot of things to listen to on the computer, I usually feel like I don't want to be on. Oh wait, no, that's right, Dolpa's on the weekend. Fuck. I completely forgot about Dolpa. We are not going to be home for the majority of Dolpa. And I know I wanted to leave really early because the buses start running at about like 5 o'clock, or was it a little earlier than 5? I don't really remember. All I know is that I wanted to leave as early in the morning as possible so that way we could get the most out of our day passes. I don't know, I'm going to talk to Monica about it. Okay, so this morning I woke up at 12 to a really freaky dream. It left me disturbed, so I couldn't sleep, so I ended up working on my journal, because like lately I've been falling behind on my journal. I've been having a hard time remembering to keep track of everything that's been going on. 'Cause I just live out the day and that's it. Ugh. So then I went back to sleep, sort of. I woke up at like 2:30. I got on. I worked on pages 5 and 6. After I finished the pages, I worked on the first audio. I probably shouldn't have because like it was almost 5 and I usually try to get off at 5. And I ended up getting off at like to almost at 5:30. And I had trouble getting Monica out of bed because like we're gonna go and hit Walmart as I hope to. I hope that my tire hasn't been agitated because we went out and did laundry, and I still have that thorn in my tire and I have not removed it. I'm surprised my tire's been able to hold up the last few days with that thorn in it. So I'm gonna check on my tire if the thorn is still in there and it's not flat. And hopefully I didn't get any more other thorns. I hope I can go, and I hope that her tire is not suddenly flat either, because like I just don't trust this area anymore. We have too many trees with thorns in it. The thorns are not like, you know, like rose thorns. They're like these little prickly balls. I don't know how to explain it. Little balls of prickles, and like they're very hard and they're very sharp. It's not funny. If my tires are still good, I can definitely go with her, or worst case scenario, I'll have to go alone and get the food. I really don't want to have to pick up the food myself though. Ugh. Is there anything else? No, I think that's virtually it. Just working on catching up my journal right now, and she's making breakfast, so we're gonna leave at like about 6:30ish. Takes like about 40 minutes to get down there, approximately, and then about 40 minutes to come back. Anything else? No. Alright, I'm ready to call it here. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Wednesday. I have to go back to Tuesday though. Okay, first things first, we ended up watching the next episode of New Game. I really don't like Momo. Momiji, she just is like, it annoys me that they're trying to get Hifumi to be her friend, and I just feel like ever since these new characters showed up, like especially Momiji, I feel like she really stagnated the show. I'm like so annoyed by her. I forgot the name of her friend. Was it Naru or something like that? Naru? I don't remember. All I know is that they really don't fit in with the rest of the group, and I don't like them together. It's just annoying. But like we're like in the middle of the season now, and it's gonna end soon, so I'm hoping that we could just get through this already. So I'm just I don't know what the point they're trying to make is. All I know is that I liked the first season better when the main point of the story was to get the next game done, the third installment of that game done. And like right now it's just, I feel like the whole story is stagnating because they're so busy with new people. Other than that, I don't really like them mixing Momiji and Aoba, and I definitely don't like them mixing Momiji and the Hifumi. I feel like that's just annoying. New Game needs to kick itself in the pants because like it went as far as going for maid fan service to Rebound, and that's not what I wanted. It was dumb. Where I last left you off, I finished one audio file. So when the day started, I ended up knocking out 2 more audio files and working a little bit on the grand finale, but I got super sidetracked with stuff, so I didn't end up finishing it. I ended up taking a break for a bit. Monica got done with the pages, and then she went to go buy water, and I worked on the pages, and during that time that she was gone, I ended up brainstorming on my other phone, my actual main phone, what to do with the finale, and I feel like I need to rewrite it because like I kept getting stuck in it. Although I ran by my new ideas with Monica, she liked it just fine. My only problem is that she came back in the schizophrenic lapse, so I had to give her medication and I had to talk her through her feelings and thoughts, and eventually she did come out of it by the end of the day. But that bothered both of us because like the last thing we need is her freaking out, especially so close to Dolpa, where we might have to skip it if she lapses during Dolpa. The last time she lapsed, it didn't last for more than a day, and if it did, she didn't say anything, which is the most annoying part about this entire thing, is that I'm supposed to be taking care of her and she doesn't tell me things. So I told her, okay, we're going to talk to Marianne about this. So we wrote it down on her list of things to talk to Marianne about. From there, I completed pages 5 and 6, so those went up. I ended up working on line art for 3 characters from the new Live NPC sequel, and I mostly just drew them because I wanted to see if I could, and I have to start taking this stuff seriously because I'm going to be drawing these characters like crazy eventually. Okay, so I woke up at 3, worked on pages 7 and 8. They're really easy. They're only 4 panels long. I finished them at like 5, so I didn't get to work on the audio. I'll do that after breakfast though. Oh, I completely forgot. Yesterday when I took the files from Monica after she finished calling them in, the cartridge that we used to pass files to one another broke. And I thought it was weird because when I popped it into the computer, it wouldn't let me cut and paste the files off of it. It would only let me copy them. And initially the copies were kind of corrupted, so I had to open them up and then save them again and make new ones. I was able to use them, so I tried to figure out if the lock feature on the cartridge was what was keeping me from actually being able to move anything on and off of it. And when I tried to mess with the little lock lever, it popped off. So I decided, yeah, it's about time I just tossed out that memory card. I haven't thrown it out yet. I should though. And the other card that we were using, it's the one that was in the camera for a while. I don't know if I should trust it and try to use it. Because like I think we had used it for a little bit for a while. I don't remember how well that turned out. I think I had all my files on it for a little while last year before we bought new memory cards. So I feel like I've pushed that cartridge to its limit. I don't think I want to push it any further. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe we should be using that one. But like I said, I don't want to mess with the. Which makes me feel like I want to go later and to try to get more memory cards this next year. Because like last November we got memory cards. I'm thinking about getting more. Maybe this November. I'm not sure if I want to get big ones like the ones we currently have, or get small ones for to transfer small files back and forth. It's up in the air. I'll worry about it later though. Other than that, I have a huge carrying case for all these different memory cards, and we only have like 4. That makes me sad. That was yesterday. Today I got off at 5. I woke Monica up at 5:30. We went to Northgate Market again to get more water because, like I said, we only had 1 bottle, and then she bought 2, and then we just got 4 more. So we're good for the rest of the week. And now I need to update the budget to find out how much money we're actually banking at the end of this month. So I think we just spent like about $5-6 worth on water, and that's it. I don't know. I'll look into that later. Alrighty then. I guess that's virtually it. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday. We ended up having some free time in between pages, so we ended up visiting the Sycamore Plaza and wandering around Dollar Tree for a little bit. We specifically needed to hit the bank, but that was basically it. We got back at a little bit before 2, I think it was, and then suddenly Marianne came over. According to Monica, Marianne came with an intern who was shadowing her to learn how to be a care coordinator. I don't know how to explain it, because like she's not quite a therapist though. Monica talked to her about what's been going on this week, including the fact that she had a small schizophrenic lapse on Tuesday, and Marianne gave her some instruction of what she should do if she should end up having schizophrenia at Dolpa tomorrow. Other than that, Monica felt like she wasn't very much of a help. And she said that her intern looked really bored. That was basically the only thing that happened. A little while after Marianne had left, we went to the tenant meeting. We got to meet our new property manager. It's this Asian lady. I already can't remember her name. I think it's Becky or something like that. So Becky's gonna be our new property manager. The thing that annoyed me was that the woman who was from the IHO ended up saying that Leon's contract was supposed to run out, but they ended up hiring him on again. And they were happy to have him as a permanent team member, but Monica and I were dreading it. So we're like, great, Leon's a permanent member. That just made me feel like, okay, well, we can't rely on them for anything, because like it's going to be a long time before Leon figures himself out. I don't know, as I was saying. So is there anything else interesting that's going to happen? I think that's virtually it. They said that the garage door will officially go down sometime next month once they distribute to everyone their fob keys. So we'll get one of those eventually. I think that they said that because the door is going down, we don't need a security guard anymore, and thus they stopped hiring security guards. So that was a bit disappointing. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it as far as Wednesday went. I woke up on Thursday at, I think it was like 2 or 3. I think it was at 2:30 or 3. and I ended up getting straight to work on the pages. Monica and I realized that we did not decide colors for a specific character who's being introduced in this chapter. After looking at this chapter, I kind of want to revise chapter 60 again, but I don't know if I can do it. I still have some time to do it, but I don't know if I really want to. I have to think about what would the dialogue change to. So I need to play with that a little bit. I got contacted by one of my patrons that wants to get cash in on their patron reward because they hadn't yet. We're just talking about possibly revising the reward since the original reward was a bit too much responsibility. So I think that's where I'm pretty much at right now. Monica still has to color page 9 and 10. We went for a run earlier. Now we're at Mushy's making breakfast. I think that's virtually it. I cannot think of anything else that happened. Alrighty, I guess I'll see you later. Alrighty, it is Friday. Unfortunately, it's really late in Friday. Oh god, I have so much to recap, but first I have to go back to Thursday. Okay, so after we got back for our run and I recorded, we ended up breaking up for the day. Monica worked on pages 9 and 10, and I worked on the grand finale script, but I didn't get very far, which makes me very mad. I ended up chatting with Acromatic while I was working on the pages. We took a break and went for a walk, came back, and then we finished the pages, and I loaded the next video onto my YouTube channel, but in the process of trying to type out the text for it, I realized that the ending of Sunday got cut off, and I have no idea why. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Alrighty then. So, as for Friday, oh god, I have so much to say about today. I woke up at like 3. I printed out the maps of all the places we wanted to go to. I also checked to see reviews for the Leap movie, because the Leap movie was a movie that we wanted to see back in like June. Or is it May? I think it was May, but they ended up pushing it back to this month. And so far it's not doing well. It's like I think it was either like a 2 or 3 out of 5 right now, which is depressing. I figure all the movie reviewers I'm following right now are probably going to cover it later. So I'll check YouTube for reviews later. I'm kind of sad because I really wanted to see a good movie about ballet. I expected too much. I ended up telling Monica about that, so we decided not to go. I woke her up at like 4 and she got up at 4:30. We got dressed and packed and we left at 5. We hit the bus on State College and going towards the bank at 5:30. And then we hit the bank and then we went to Subway and we bought breakfast. But we could not eat it there because the Subway was closing. The 24-hour Subway was closing. Oh god. So what we had to do is hurry to get on the next bus because it was right there when we were coming up. We took that bus all the way down to the outlets at Orange. And we ate breakfast there. And oh my god, the outlets are nothing like the block. I mean, they're barely anything like the block. There's very few stores that are still there. Like, the Van Skate Park is still there. The movie theater is still there. Oh man, the Alcatraz Bay restaurant, whatever it was, it's gone. I was surprised by that. Oh my god. Corner Bakery is still there. There's a lot of things are still there. Charlie's Steakery is still there. Wizards of the Coast is gone. I didn't expect it to stick around. The anime store that was out there is definitely gone. All that entire area is now a shoe store. So many things are gone. It's not even funny. Oh, we also found out they have a Lindt chocolate shop there. I thought that was kind of redundant because there's already a Rocky Mountain chocolate shop there too. So it just feels like we need this and that. Okay, sure. So afterward, we tried to get to Main Place Mall. We could have walked there from where we were, but it would have taken an hour of a walk to get there. And according to the weather report, today's supposed to be a heat wave. The heat wave ends Saturday night. So that sucked. We ended up taking the bus all the way down from State College to 17th Street. And then from 17th Street to Main Street back up towards Main Place. And we had a little trouble getting down to 17th Street, but we managed to get there. And then we got to Main Place, no problem. The first thing we did was check out the plaza where the bus stop had first stopped, which is across the street from Main Place Mall. There was a Mother's Marketplace or something like that? It's an alternative organic store, very similar to Whole Foods and Sprouts and whatnot. In fact, they had a lot of the same products, but they're a little bit different. They have like a buffet section or something where you just pick up all the things you want and go up to the cashier and they then pay for it. It was very interesting. and like they had a place to sit and eat after you're finished paying for it. I thought that was cool. They had some really cute gift shop there too. So we wandered around and we looked at the cookie and cracker section. They had a huge variety of Enjoy Life cookies. It was really surprising. I didn't know that Enjoy Life came with so many different types of cookies. They also had a huge selection of Numi tea. Like they had a flavor of Numi tea that we hadn't seen before. It was like honey bush or something like that. So we ended up getting that. And we also got some early July saltine crackers. I was reading the ingredients and I feel like they were deliberately putting the word organic in front of every single ingredient to make you reassured that it was okay. It just felt like, no, you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard to be organic. So yeah, we got those two things. Expensive place. They both together came out to $10. Okay, so after that we headed across the street. The main place mall was not open yet. We had to wait until 10, so we went back across the street, across and then over, and there was another Subway there, so we got lunch. Because originally we were trying to get 2 Subway sandwiches, one for breakfast, one for lunch, at the first Subway, but they were closing, and they wouldn't take card because they had already closed the cashier. Monica had already pulled a $20 bill out for laundry money, and we had to use that. We had to use it to pay for breakfast. So we hit the Subway over here. We bought a second Subway sandwich for lunch. And then we headed down to Barnes & Noble, which is on the same side of the street as that Mother's Market. And we didn't realize that the Barnes & Noble was like across the street, but we knew that there was a Barnes & Noble out there. So we went to Barnes & Noble, wandered around. It was like the first time I ever got to be in the manga section alone. And they had a huge selection of manga. The sad thing is it wasn't even the biggest selection of manga I was going to see that day. That's the sad part. Oh God. I ended up looking for these journals I wanted the last time I was at a Barnes & Noble. I got 2 of them. They're from my favorite company. I used to collect journals from this company. It was called Paper Chase at the time. I have no idea what their name is right now. They come with like different multicolored like section dividers. And like last time I had one of those I got from Target, same company. I used it to fill out, like, I believe it was up until we moved here. From like August until we moved here, I think it was, and I've always wanted another journal from that company again, so I got 2 of them. I think that was virtually it. After we left, we ended up going straight to Main Place Mall. Had just barely opened. It opened at 10. It was like barely like 9:50 something when we walked in, and we wandered around, and like some type of event was going on. They had all these carnival games on the first floor, but we spent most of the time up in the second floor. We were trying to find the anime store that Ashar took us to, like the first 2 times we were there. It's gone, but either it moved, because we did find Manga Monster, which is another anime store that's there, and there's also a Tokyo Mode store there. And I got to see the Kuretake Zig watercolor markers that I've been researching on the internet lately, and like, oh God, they were so expensive. They were so expensive there. They're like $4 an individual marker, and as a set, they're almost like $80-$90. Also, that store had the Colorful Times Melody Rin figure. I was surprised that was there too. I was so tempted to get that. But yeah, we went to that store. We went to the Manga Monster, because like I said, that store was Tokyo Mode. We went to Manga Monster, and they had like an entire wall of like manga. I didn't even look at any of that. I was just too busy to look at the plushies and the figurines. As far as things that I wanted, we freaked out to find a plushie of Wave, Jet, and Silver from the Sonic series. Sonic the Hedgehog I'm talking about. Wave and Jet came from the Sonic Riders game. Wave was our favorite character, and it was like a huge deal to us that she was actually there in a plushie format, because like we had really wanted a doll of her. We tried to make our own back in like during a time the games had just barely come out, and to actually find a plushie of her was like a big ass deal. I want to go back and get it. Which is sad, because like we don't even think about those characters anymore. I feel like I wanted to get it for like college me, because college me would have wanted that. High school me would have wanted that. Oh God, I think that's why I was in high school when those games came out. I don't really remember. I bet I was. I don't know. So much nostalgia. Okay, so they were not the only plushies that I found. I found this 4 set of Magi plushies. So I had Alibaba, Aladdin, Morgiana, and Juder. And like I look at them, like I hate this comic series so much now. I can't even look at these plushies. Because like when you look at the plushies and think about the beginning of the series, yeah, it was really exciting. But when you think about where the series is now, it's like, oh wow, the series is so full of itself. So like after that, we looked at on the figurines. It was hard to find figurines of something I actually cared about. The only #1 figurine I wanted was the Daidoji Tomoyo Nendroid. Was the one thing I really wanted. It was there, and I was so tempted. I was upset they didn't have a wide selection of Token Rom, but I only had 3 of the boys. It was Hitafuri, Ichigo, Monoyoshi, Saramune, and I don't remember the name of the other kid. It's that one little blue kid that looks like he has ears. He has 2 brothers. That's all I can really remember. And even in Katsugeki, he was drawn with the 2 of them in one of the scenes. I can't really remember his name, but he was there, and like I was very tempted. But if it had been like Koketsune Maru or like Yasusada, I would have definitely gotten it. But like we ended up just leaving. We didn't get anything. After that, I think we ate at the food court the sandwiches that we bought across the street. But there's already a Subway in the food court, which is like so many different kinds of ironic, because there's a Subway literally in walking distance of a Subway. So like we ate lunch, we left the place, and we ended up taking a bus down to Katella. The bus dropped us off in the middle of Katella, because in the middle of Katella is the bus station, the main bus station where all the buses report to. So we had to like leave from that point in order to get to another bus stop that'll take us down the rest of the way to Disneyland. And so we stopped at the Garden Walk. Oh my god, let me tell you about the Garden Walk. The Anaheim Garden Walk is worse than it was, because like at the time that my friend Shar first brought us to the Anaheim Garden Walk, it was like during the recession period, so it looked like it was like hurting for business. The sad thing is that when Monica and I went today, there was even less businesses and less people there than there was back in like, I think, when was it? Was it 2012 or 2013? It was around there. I can't really remember. All I know is that the recession was still going on at the time. It just looked so empty and vacant and nothing. It was just a big nothing. And we felt like we wasted our time going there. So we walked from there back to the Anaheim Convention Center. We hung out at the Hilton. We looked at some of the gift shops, and then we recharged the camera and my phone. And then we went looking for the location of Dolpa. And that's where everything got fun, because like there was all these people there waiting, and we talked to so many different people who are on the same forums as we are, and we got to see all these different dolls. And I'm just like freaking out, because like a couple of people brought mini Dolphy Dreams. I've been wanting to get a mini Dolphy Dream since they were new, since Konomi came out. I think Konomi was either the first one or one of the first ones that came out. She was part of the 2 Heart 2 collection. They did Tamaki, Monaka, and Konomi, and I'm still freaking out about this, because like all the mini Dolphin Dreams I saw there were all DD10s, which is the 10th head is meant for the mini Dolphin Dream body, and like, oh god, they were so beautiful. Oh god. As far as limited dolls go, I saw Miku, 2 Mikus, Miku in stock outfit, which is her default, and then Miku in the Little Red Riding Hood outfit. And then I saw Saber Nero Claudius from Fate Extra, and then I saw Sasara was there, Momo was there from Xenosaga. Who else was there besides her? I think that the other ones were probably customs. I can't really remember every single one that I saw. It was so great seeing them in person. And don't get me started about the other dolls. Some of the other dolls are very beautiful. Others were like, oh yeah, I've seen this face before. Yeah, it's fine. It's passing. But I felt bad, because we had already agreed that we weren't going to go at day 2, and everybody was more excited for day 2 than day 1. Day 1 was just going to be a couple of workshops and one little store, and that's it. And I felt the way they handled it was very sad. Because like the main room where the classes were going on literally took up the majority of that ballroom. Up to the side in the corner was a really small table with a couple of things for sale. Yes, it was a couple of a lot of things for sale, but it made me feel like, oh, it could have been so much more. I was hoping that they would sell full bodies, but they didn't. They only sold hand parts and heads, and that's it. And they had all the makeup kits and whatnot, and like, it was hard to see anything because everybody was crowding in front of it. The only thing Monica and I did was we went to the front of the area and we took pictures of Miku because she was standing there, the Miku Dolphin dream. And like Monica was telling me, the first time you told me what the Miku Dolphin dream, I was like, okay, whatever. But like now that I've seen it in person, I want one. Yeah, I do too. The first class that went was the face-up class, like I said. And the woman who was giving the class had a Japanese to English French interpreter. So the guy himself was not a native English speaker, and he did a bad job of translating for her. And like the first thing that happened when she was trying to give the class, she accidentally started speaking in Korean instead of Japanese, and she apologized. Oh god, he had to explain that to us because we all didn't understand why she suddenly got up. She got all embarrassed with herself. But she taught us how to do the face-ups. And the questions that people asked her were a little weird. I feel like one question I wanted to know that I didn't get to ask her was about layering the sealant. But she didn't call it sealant. She called it something else. I can't remember what it was. But he translated it as something else than sealant. All I know is that I didn't feel comfortable asking the question, so I just let it pass. So by the time that we were done, we left, and that's when I saw Sasara. I talked to this girl. We left during the second class, which was the Super Dolphy body maintenance class. We left during that time. We hit the bus. We went all the way down Harbor to Lincoln, and then we went home. We unloaded everything, and then after resting for a bit, we went back out at like 5 or 6, I think it was, and then we headed down to Euclid from Lincoln, and we visited the Target. We got some Tim Tams. We hit the Walmart. We got meat, and then we came straight home. Originally we were supposed to hit Bonds, but Monica got tired, so we're here now. Monica's making the meat now. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because like now my recording schedule is out of whack. I'm used to recording first thing in the morning, and given the way everything's set up now, it's like 7 or 8 right now. I would have to keep recording late in the evening, and I'm really bad at that. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm gonna have to skip probably tomorrow or a different day. I don't really know. This is the 4th recording. Maybe I can try to skip by the 6th recording or something. I'll see. What do we have planned ahead? Okay, so I worked a little bit on London when we were resting. I need to work on some of the extra chapter 42 because that's all I have ready. I don't have the second extra for chapter 41 done, which makes me upset. And I'm working out with my other $10 patron. His commission is going to be a wallpaper, I believe, of the characters from Ruby. And I have no idea anything about Ruby. I did not make it past episode 2. Tomorrow morning in the morning we're gonna go get the groceries, and then by 10 we're gonna go and take our bicycles to the bicycle guy to get the tires guards. And I have to do something about my tire having a thorn in it. So I figure I might as well just pull that thorn out now. I've been just holding on to it all this time. If I pull it out now, then Monica suddenly tries to spring up biking to the grocery store on me. I don't know how I'm gonna handle that. Is that pretty much it? Yeah, that is pretty much it. This recording is too long. Oh god. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday. I have no idea when I woke up this morning. I think it was anywhere between like 2 or 3. I didn't get up until 4 to check to see what time it was, and even then I didn't really get up officially until 5. I should have got up early because I needed to get back to work on some of my pictures. I just didn't feel like it. So I woke Monica up at 5:30. We left a little bit before 6 to go to Vaughn's. We picked up some food, and then we got back. We had breakfast. We watched the next episode of Boku no Hero Academia. I don't know. I feel like I'm finding less and less things to say about this series. They're gonna fight the teachers. I feel like every single time they always think of the most complex thing to up the ante, and I always feel like it's not called for, or just the way they handle it just feels kind of eh. So I'm not really that excited, especially seeing who got paired up with who. I just feel extremely sad. Okay, after that I worked on London. I am still in the process of decorating the picture. I hope that this background does well. It's not quite how I was imagining it to be, but let's see if the patron likes it. In between, while I was working on London, suddenly Recreators came out, and I am just blown by what happened in this episode. Apparently, they ripped off Altair with a character named Sirius, and I thought she was cool. I really, really liked her. Oh my god, I almost wanted to draw fan art of her, but she didn't last for very long. Altair took her over, and she pretty much just upgraded her outfit. And it just made me like, okay, well, first off, I did like this version of Altair better, but I still like Sirius more, which makes me kind of sad, because Sirius was cool. Other than that, in the end, Sota did exactly what I thought he was going to do, which was he was going to create the girl who died. This is a mixed bag, because you'd think that Altair would see right through this, that no, this is a creation, it's not actually her, but apparently he knew the girl well enough. I don't know, I'm really wondering about this, but apparently it's supposed to work because Magane was helping him, so I don't know. I'm suspending my disbelief for now. Okay, so we left at 10:30, I think it was. We went down to the bicycle guy, and we ended up giving him our bicycles. He said he only had one set of tube guards, so he's gonna order more tube guards later. He said to come back next week and check. We're hoping maybe like next Saturday we'll come over and check on it, or next Friday, depending on which one's more convenient. Monica and I left the 2 bicycles there. He said come back in 2 hours, so we left for Albertsons. We walked all the way down the street, and we bought all of their organics crackers. So they only had 4 boxes left. We bought all of them. We looked around a little bit, and then we headed down to that clothing store I told you Monica looked at recently. And because she had already saw everything, she showed me where the items were that she wanted, and we bought all of them. We bought all of them in one shot. We picked out a few random things. What upsets me is that there were certain colors that I wanted for pants that did not come in the sizes that I wanted, which makes me upset. It's like you either had to pick from a little too small all the way up to way too big. Makes me so mad. We got a couple of pairs of pants, and then a couple of pairs of shorts, and then a few pairs of shirts, and then a new jacket. So that's what we did. It came out to $94. Oh my god. But we've been postponing getting new clothes for a while, and these clothes are perfect for the upcoming fall winter season. I feel like we should worry more about trying to get clothes for the next summer spring season, because like we did not do very well then. So afterward we ended up hitting Taco Bell for lunch, because it was exactly lunch by the time that we got out of there. And after Taco Bell we ended up hitting Falas Paredes. Right as we were coming up, I realized that there was a big sign on top of the Kmart building that just barely got evicted, and it said coming spring 2018. And I'm like, well, what is coming to spring 2018? And when I looked, was the Target logo. And like I was like, oh my god. Like someone had, like I just saw someone commit suicide, kind of like, oh my god. And Monica got scared. She's like, what's wrong? When she looked, it's like, oh, it's a Target logo. And I was so emotionally moved that it was Target. I don't mean to sound like I have like brand loyalty. It's just that for the time, the 3 years that we were living in Stanton, there was always a Target down the street, and every time I wanted to get away and go somewhere, I could always go to that Target. At the time that while we were with Mom and Dad, I felt like I really needed a place to escape to, and I was telling some of the people I knew during the time I was working on the first Live NPC that every time I needed a break, I would go down to that Target, and I would just smell the candles. So much of that time was revolved around that Target, and to have a Target actually nearby now is like a miracle. Because like ever since we came here, the only 2 Targets nearby are the one on Lincoln and Euclid, and the one on Harbor and Orangethorpe, and it's just they're so far away. Oh my god, they're so far away. It takes like an hour to get to them, both of them. And now knowing that there's gonna be one down the street, it's just like, oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh god. Okay, so we went to Falas Paredes. It was really crowded in there, and Monica found this jacket that she wanted. She told me that it was gray, white, and blue. It turned out to be gray, white, and black. I have no idea why she said it was blue. It also came in black, white, and red, and I liked it. She liked it too, but she usually hates red. I don't know about her. She's so bipolar about red sometimes. Okay, so while we were at it, we ended up getting a few dishes that they had there, and that jacket, and that was it. That pretty much ended the day. while we were heading back to the bicycle shop, we realized the hometown buffet was gone. We went out to go see it. They had a piece of paper saying that it was being replaced by a brand called Golden Corral. It's a buffet and grill. We were really surprised by that. We've never been to Golden Corral before. We feel really bad because we didn't get to, go to Hometown Buffet much. We only went once, and that was when I think the Ho Hum Dee Dum had just barely launched back in March. And it was really depressing. I mean, I wish we had gone more. So we're considering trying it out when it shows up. I have no idea when it's coming though. I figure it's gonna come soon. We're a little sad that Hometown Buffet is gone because we had planned to celebrate the end of Ho Hum Dee Dum and the 1 year living here in Anaheim. But I guess we'll have to do that somewhere else then. So we ended up going down the bicycle store. The guy was just barely finished with the bikes, and we rode all the way home. And right when we got back, Token Ranbu and Welcome to the Ballroom were available, so we started watching those. Don't know how I feel about Token Ranbu. I feel like they took a good episode and then they try to add more to it, which makes me feel like, well, why? Why add more to this? The thing that bothers me is that whole situation of characters having a private conversation in front of everybody, and it just bothers me. It's like, okay, I realize there's no possible way for you to ask these questions without everybody else hearing, but it makes me feel like just don't, please don't. The point is that both Kunihiro and Kanesada are supposed to reach an impasse at the end of this episode. First off, I never shipped this pairing, so I'm perfectly fine with that. But the thing that bugs me is that this is the same plot as Hanamaru! Oh my god! Why are they doing this again? It's the whole, no, don't save Okita! I have to save Okita! It's just like, no, don't! So I assume that the series is going to end with this as being the major conflict, and I'm really disappointed because they could have chosen any other thing, and they had to pick Kunihiro. I swear, it's like the script was originally written for Yasusada, and they just had to switch over to Horikawa. That's pretty much where we left off. I'm taking a break right now. It's 2. I'm gonna go back on it anywhere between 3 or 4, and finish London, send her over, and try really hard to work on the extras for chapter 42 that I have ready, and that's it. So, oh my god, wish me luck on that one. Alrighty then, I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday. I did not mean to skip Sunday, but I knew it was going to happen at some point because I really messed up my schedule after Dolpa. Okay, so on Sunday, I woke up kind of late. I did not get pages 1 and 2 done fast enough, but we still got them out of the way. I feel like I was finishing them all the way up until 5 at the end of the day. We ended up going early in the morning to get water. Ironically, even though it was a pretty hot day, by the end of the day, when we went for our walk, it was raining. So we came home with wet clothing. That was surprising. I didn't expect that to happen. Other than that, midday, we ended up watching the next episode of Kakegurui. Sorta. We ended up skipping through it because idols are just not that interesting. I wasn't really into it, although I'm really interested in seeing what they do about that guy at the end of the other second year guy, because they're accusing him of framing her. I didn't get the impression that he was the one that was framing her. I got the impression the little girl was. But, let's see how he fares. I feel like, sometimes I feel like there's not enough guys in this series. I'm glad they try to keep it even. Let's see, what else is there? Afterward we ended up watching Knights and Magic, and I am so disappointed to see that they're trying to ship Eleanor, the princess, with, Ernestie's guy friend. What's his name? He has a full name, but they keep, his sister calls him Kid for short. I have no idea. I feel like it's a weird nickname. I liked it better when I thought they were going to probably ship the prince and the princess, but then they've done a really, really strong job of emphasizing that they're cousins. And I feel like, okay, that makes perfect sense. It's normal for cousins to inbreed. But, no, they're pushing her really hard with this friend. It just, lucky for his friend, his friend's mom married a governor of some kind, so he is of some sort of status now because of that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, I don't like this whole situation with the princess. She is actually very frustrating. I know she's supposed to be timid and cute and all, but I feel like she's holding back the story because everything she says is so in contradiction to what everyone else is doing. So she's not really a proactive character, which is why I don't like her. I feel like she's more of a restraining character. Other than that, yeah, I don't know what else they're planning on doing with this girl. I feel like that's virtually everything. We didn't really go out and do much yesterday. So, what's coming up? I believe chapter 27 is coming out tomorrow on Tuesday. Monica has an appointment with the DOR on Wednesday, and then we go see Marianne at the Wellness Center on Thursday. So on Wednesday, I'm going to storyboard the grand finale. I completely forgot to mention that I actually completed the script for that yesterday. It is so long. It's actually 2 whole pages long. I'm used to being able to cram an entire a script down in 1 page. I'm a little worried that I might need more than 12 pages to storyboard the whole thing in, but it's mostly just dialogue, which is why I'm hoping it's. And I even cut half of it out. So I don't know if I like the resolve in the end. I feel like I need to word it differently so it fits a little bit better than to fit what Doti experienced. But I feel like it more or less it does fit what he experienced. Other than that, this is the best version of this. I should be working on the scripts for the first Julia special, but I am recording this right now because like I wasn't sure if I wanted to just edit 5 audios for the end of the month, or if I wanted to just go ahead and tack this last one on, but I figure I might as well because I need more time. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll be editing all the audio for this. I believe Monica says she should be done coloring in at about like 9:30, I believe. So I have a little bit of time because right now it's 8, so I have a little bit of time to do something else. Aside from finishing the scripts, I also started working on the Ruby request wallpapers. I am so worried about this because I have nothing about this series, so like I am very nervous. Yeah, I also need to line art all these extras I haven't worked on yet. So as soon as I get a chance, so far I did the line art for the second extra of 41, so I'm hoping to get that done. I was supposed to queue chapter 40, but I did not get pages 3 and 4 finished line arting on time because usually I line art the pages and then put them on the cartridge. And then I go and queue the next chapter. So technically right now I should be queuing the next chapter, if not working on Julia. So 40 and 41, I gotta get that out of the way. And I think that puts us at the beginning of December in the queue. So that should help. And then I have to finish the second extra for 42, start the first extra for 42, and then get the lineup for the 43 done also. So as soon as I can reach 43, we are out of December. Alrighty, I think that's virtually everything. I will see you in the next one.